Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'll be telling you the complete medical process, what all documents you need to carry when you're there, what are the prerequisites, is there anything that you need to be aware of, and what you can expect all in all once you're there. So let's just straight get into the video. Now when you're in India and you want to go to Canada for studies and you have to apply for your visa, so you need to undergo a medical test which you can book after you have applied your visa, or you can do it before as well. And in my case, what I did was I had applied for medical and I got it done much before I had applied for my visa. So I'll tell you the exact timeline when I had opted for medical, when I had applied for visa, and when finally my medical got updated. So once I received an admit from a university and it was pretty sure that I am going, I didn't wait for other university results and I thought of getting done with medical beforehand, so at least there's one less thing to worry about. And in February itself, I started calling the hospitals that are listed on IRCC. There's a list of hospitals listed from which you can get your medical done on the IRCC portal, and I'll just take you through that. So you just need to Google Book Canada Medical India, something like this, and over there there's this canada.ca website, which is the website of Canadian government. So all you need to do is go down and find a doctor, and you must find a panel physician we have approved to do medical exam. So just click on this link. After that, it asks you which country are you in where you want to conduct the medical. Select India and then go. After that, it would open up all the list of hospitals that they have approved where you can go and conduct your medical exam in. What I did was I booked my medical in Kolkata. Just search for the city where you want to conduct your medical, the city which is nearby to your place. I had booked in Kolkata, and this is the hospital that's available, Pearls Diagnostic Limited, and over here they have also provided the helpline number and telephone numbers of this hospital on which you can reach out. So you can book your appointment directly by calling on this number. After that, once you have called and agreed to a date on which you want your appointment, they will confirm with you and they will provide you an email with a confirmation email, and the email looks something like this. So I received from Pulse Diagnostic Kolkata, and they have mentioned what all documents do I need to carry for myself, which was the passport that I have and the Xerox copy of first and last page. And they had asked me to carry passport size photo as well, but I don't think they asked me for this. This was not needed. But it's advisable that if your center is telling you that to carry these documents, carry it along with you and keep it handy. And then you need to carry all your previous medical reports. If you are undergoing anything, any medication or anything else, you need to carry all those prescriptions along with you. And then the relevant papers sent by the High Commission University. So this is basically your offer letter from the university. You need to carry that as well. Although in the mail they asked you to carry the offer letter, but many students were not asked to show their offer letters from university while they underwent their medical. It's advisable to carry all this along with you. And the last one is the vaccination records. So you have to carry both of your COVID-19 vaccination reports. It's important to be fully vaccinated. And there were a few instructions mentioned over here that you do not need to come in fasting state. One very important message for all my female viewers out there is that do not schedule your medical test date that would overlap with your menstrual cycle date. And when you call them up to book your appointment, they would tell you the same thing, because they collect your urine and you need to undergo that urine test, for which they have to collect your sample, and if you are on your periods, it may interfere with the results. So it's very important that you plan and choose the date accordingly. After that, they have instructed to carry a pen. Please carry a pen because you would have to fill out forms over there. After that, they have instructed to come in loose garments, although I went in my normal clothes, which was fine. and they have said that the procedure would take up to 4 to 5 hours. For me, it took exactly 4 hours, and yes, this could be more depending upon the queue. After that, they have mentioned cost, which is of 5,700 in the email, but it didn't cost me this much. I would tell you in the later part of the video what actual cost was. So you need to get your medical done from the authorized hospitals that they have listed on the IRCC portal. You cannot get it done from any random hospital. That will not be considered. Now, it is not necessary for you to book your medical after finalizing any university. I received admit from Dalhousie University somewhere in January end or February start, and I underwent my medical in March, and I received an admit from Simon Fraser University on April, and then I finally finalized SFU. Other thing is, it's not that easy to find slots for a near date, so I would advise you to book a slot beforehand and keep. Later, at some point, if you feel like you're not able to show up, you have the option to cancel your appointment or reschedule to a different date altogether. So you can do that. In my case, I tried contacting the hospital in February and I received a slot for March 21st. So that was like more than 20-25 days. You don't want things to be stuck because of this process, so go ahead and book a slot and keep it for yourself. Now everything is done, you have booked everything, you're carrying all your documents, the day has come, you need to go for your medicals. Make sure that you go well in time, because there's a lot of crowd, there's a lot of people from different countries who need to undergo medical, and although the process is not that much, but because of the crowd it can take a long time. For me, even though I was on time, it took me around 4 hours to get done with the complete procedure. So as soon as I was there, they checked for my appointment and then they asked me to wait. After some time, they called me up and they asked me which country I was going to and what was the purpose. So I stated that I was going to Canada for the purpose of study, after which they handed me over a form that I had to fill. Now in this form, I basically had to fill all my personal details like my name, my address, my passport number, my email ID, phone number and stuff, and what was the date of my first vaccination, what was the date of my second jab, and all those details you had to fill and you had to sign that. Now after some time, when I had handed over the form, a lady came to me and she handed me over a pamphlet, which basically, and she asked me to read that, go through it, which basically contained what all I will be expecting there, what all tests I need to undergo, so that I just have some idea of what the whole process would be like. After that, she took me to a room where she measured my height, my weight, and she asked me what was the last date of my periods. It's not necessary to give the exact date, just in case if you don't remember. An approx date would be fine. After that, they took me to another point where they collected my blood and urine sample, and then again they asked me to wait. Now one more thing that I forgot to mention was, before starting these tests, they ask you to pay and they give you the payment receipt. And for my case, I went to Pulse Diagnostic in Kolkata, where I had to pay 4,300 for the complete test. Although the amount mentioned in the email was greater, but there they just asked me to pay 4,300 for the test. Now going back to what all tests I underwent. Now after I was done with my urine and blood test, they asked me to go downstairs for my chest x-ray, where they called me in and they asked you to change and wear their clothes usually, and after that I was done with my chest x-ray, which just took a few seconds. So till now they have taken your height, weight, your blood sample, your urine sample and chest x-ray. Next, they check your hearing and vision as well. So a lady took me to a different room where she was just telling me, show your hands, move to the right side of the room, face the camera, and she was just basically checking if I was following her orders, was able to understand and able to hear her instructions properly. And that took like around 5-6 minutes, and she asked for my name, where I was going, why I was going, that's it. And then yeah, they took a photograph as well. Since I didn't have specs, there was nothing that happened related to vision test or something that I had to undergo. So if you're someone with spectacles, maybe she would ask you for your power or you need to undergo vision test. But in my case, none of that happened. After I was done with all this, they asked me to move to a different cabin where there was a doctor who was a very warm, sweet guy who interacted a lot. He asked where I studied, what I currently do, why I'm going to Canada, what's the purpose, which university I'm going, which program I'm going for. And he was from Tamil Nadu, and my university, like my UG, happened from Tamil Nadu itself. So we had a few things to talk about in common. Now he asked questions like, do you have any tattoos, which I didn't have, because I think if you have tattoos you need to pay some extra amount, but since I didn't have any tattoos on my body, I just said no. And he asked, do you have any other habits, like do you smoke or anything such, to which I replied no. Next he asked me if I was under any sort of medication or any history, medical history that I had, but I didn't have any, so I just replied no. If you have any medical history or if you are under any medication, just carry all those doctor prescriptions and medicine prescriptions along with you while you are there, because you might need to show up. After that, he just took my pulse, he measured my heartbeat and BP, and that was it. That was pretty much it. He just asked me to go and collect my acknowledgement letter that they give you once you are done with your medical, and that was pretty much the complete experience that was there. I received my acknowledgement slips after that, which you have to upload while you are applying for your visa. Now next, let me tell you the timeline of how everything happened. I called them up in February. I got a date for 21st March. That was the date when my actual medical happened. After that, I applied for my visa on 16th of April, and 20th of April was when my biometric was conducted. And finally on 25th of May, my medical was updated. So as per the current trend that's going when I'm making this video, IRCC people are telling that it's taking 6 weeks from the day that you have applied for your visa for medicals to be updated. And in my case, like just on the 6th week, exact on the 6th week, my medical got updated on my profile. For different people it was different. There were people for whom it almost immediately got reflected, but for majority of them it took time. And for few it took around 10 days, 15 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So it was very random. There were also cases when someone's receiving PPR and their medical is also getting updated at the same time. So it's very random when it comes to IRCC and how things are rolling these days. But yes, like many people also tried raising a web form for this so that their medical gets updated, but I just thought, let me just wait for 6 weeks and then I'll probably raise a web form. But on the 6th week exactly, my medical got updated. So that was it. That was my complete experience of the medical that I underwent from Pulse Diagnostic in Kolkata. Let me know if I missed something, if there's anything else that you would want to know, and your experience with medicals or any other queries if you have. And in case this video added some value to your research around this whole procedure that you're undergoing, do not forget to like the video, share it with your friends, family, whoever is planning to travel to Canada, and subscribe to this channel for more such videos that I'll be making in the future. That's it. Thank you for watching.